beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year 2022. It honestly feels like just yesterday I made my goals videos for 2021, and here we are in 2022 already. Like, time flies when you're having fun. I just wanted to have like a chill video and go over my new goals for this year and how I'm going by with tracking them and implementing them, and then also recapping some of my 2021 goals as well. So I don't remember what my goal was for my subscriber count, if I even had one. I probably should have watched the video back to clarify, but I do remember what most of my goals were, and I know I wanted to read 3 books a year, which I did, and there was actually 1 month where I read 4 books. I was pretty proud of myself, and so I hit my goal of reading 36 books because I actually read 38, because December, actually there's 2 months I read 4 books, December and July, I believe it was, I read 4 books. So I read 38 books last year, which is crazy because I feel like that's the most I've read in such a long time. And so for this year, I wanted to bump it up a notch and just make it 4 books every month and see how well that goes. I'm pretty excited for it. It's January 2nd today, and I already started my new book, and it's actually on my Kindle. This has kind of been a lifesaver for me when it comes to my book reading and audiobooks as well. And so my first book of the year is by Brené Brown, and it's Atlas of the Heart. And I thought it was kind of perfect because she just released this in November. Segue, I did order the new, you can see my ring light, the new Kindle paperback, or paperweight, whatever it's called, the new Kindle paperweight. I ordered that today with a gift card that I got for Christmas, so I'm super excited to get that in the mail. It's supposed to come on Wednesday, because this one is the original Amazon Fire, and I've had it for like 8-9 years. Anyway, that's coming, and I'm super excited. But my first book that I read in 2021 was by Brené Brown, and so I thought it was kind of nice to kick off 2022 with her newest book. I actually read a lot of her books last year. She's quickly become one of my favorite authors, because I read The Power of Vulnerability, which wasn't really a book. It was an audiobook, and it was a conference that she had that they ended up just recording and editing into an audiobook. So I read that one. I read The Gifts of Imperfection. I read Dare to Lead. I read something about the wilderness. I've read a lot of Brené Brown books. I think I've read almost every single one. Anyway, so I'm very excited. I just started this. I don't really have like a solid opinion on it yet. I've read 1 chapter, but very excited to read this and get that started on this whole 4 book a month journey. I know another one of my goals last year was to pay off my credit cards, and I did do that. However, I counteracted that by getting 2 more credit cards. So that was kind of counterproductive. So like I paid off 2, but then I got 2 more. So that's not really the best thing there. And I think another one of my goals was to be on my phone less and to be more in the moment. And I did all right with it. I feel like I did social media a lot less because I actually did do screen time. For those of you who have an iPhone, I don't know if Androids do it as well, but iPhone users, we have this screen time thing that you can enable where you could put app limits and all that jazz. So I put an app limit on my social media accounts, and then also between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. It blocks all apps on my phone, except for, I think I have YouTube, Spotify, and my Audible app for my books. But other than that, like, it disables phone calls, texts, all that jazz. So I only have those 3 apps open. So usually between the hours of 10 and 7, I'm just watching YouTube videos. I watch way too much YouTube. I think my screen time for YouTube is like 900 hours or something astronomical like that. But I don't always watch it. Like, a lot of times I'll have it as background noise. Like, I'll be cleaning or something, and I'm either like listening, I guess, to a YouTube video or listening to an audiobook. Those are basically the two things that I'm doing. But my headphones are always in my ear. I'm always listening to something. I try to, like, it helps kind of keep me focused on the task at hand, and it also helps me study, I guess you could say, without actually having to like sit down and take time out of my day to do it, because I have 2 little ones, and as any moms know out there, having actual time to sit and do anything it's kind of hard. But yeah, so I feel like I've been good at that, but I've also could be better at that. I don't remember what else I had a goal. What my other goals for 2021 were. I went over all of them, and then now they have escaped me. Oh, I did want to do a morning routine in 2021, and I actually did really well with that. I did the Daily Stoic for like my 1 page that I would read every day, and then I had my journal. And not that I didn't like the book, it got harder to want to continue reading it every day because it kind of got redundant, if that makes sense. So, would I recommend it? If you really want to like get into stoicism, then yes, but as just like just a book to read for your morning routine, I guess I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on that, but it was the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and I read 1 page of that every day along with my journal time for my morning routine. I also wanted to do meditation, and I feel like I did really good with that the first half of the year, but then the second half of the year it just and just that part of my morning routine fell off. But like the journaling, the reading, and my working out, I kind of kept that all up to date, or I kept on track with that. It was just the meditation that for some reason I just didn't really get into it. Meditation is really hard for me because I'm kind of a squirrel brain, and so sitting still and like quieting my brain and quieting my thoughts is like super freaking hard for me. Like I can't even do yoga because my brain can just not be that quiet for that long. So I feel like I have to ease my way into that baby steps, you know. But I did try it. I think I need to start with like 5 minutes a day or something like that in order to increase it, because it was just real hard for your girl. Okay. But I did do good with that. The only time there was a period, I think it was in July when I was doing all that reading, I kind of fell off from my morning routine. I just completely disregarded it for like 2 weeks straight. And I feel like that was when like my anxiety was the worst, and like I was so short-tempered, and you know, it's just I wasn't taking those. I've noticed having a morning routine that I really do need that quiet time in the morning before going into my day, because I'm in such a better mood when I do have that quiet time to myself in the morning before, you know, the kids wake up and mom life takes over, versus when I don't get to have that time. I've noticed a huge difference in my mental space with that. So I'm going to make sure to put forth a more solid effort to making sure I have that time every single morning. So to go along with that, my goals for 2022, the sun finally left my sunroom, so I'm not like trapped in this corner anymore. So I got a new notebook. I'm kind of obsessed with notebooks, but so I have my goals and such in here. And so I'll show you guys a close-up a little later on, but or I could just show you up close, it's fine. Okay, so I have my personal goals, my social media goals, my financial goals, and then I have my subscriber count. So the first and the last day of every month, I'm writing down what my subscriber count is. So we started the month with 264. That's what I had yesterday. And then I have a few pages for books I've read. So I'm going to have January, and then obviously I wrote Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown because that's the first book I'm reading. And then every book I read, I'm just going to add it on there. And then if you guys would be interested in like having a book review or something, let me know. And then I also have, I'm going to, well, obviously only January is there right now, but I'm also going to break down monthly goals as well. So it's basically taking these yearly goals and breaking it down to monthly goals. So like what I can add to that to help me attain my yearly goals. So for instance, I want to read 48 books this year. So I have read 4 books for January. And then another one of my goals is to move my body every day. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like an hour-long workout sesh, but I do want to move my body every day. So another January goal I put was to find a workout schedule. And I found one for the month of December by MadFit. She has a few million subscribers here on YouTube, where she had a December calendar and she had workouts every single day that you could do, whether they were upper body, lower body, full body, cardio, abs, stretch. Like she literally has everything. So I'm going to be following that. I did my workouts yesterday. I still have to do them today after I'm done filming this, but so that's the schedule that I found. So my personal goals for 2022, I want to put my mental health first. I feel like 2021, I went through a lot of things that I've never really talked about with anyone. And there's very few people that do know what's been going on, and I feel like it really took a toll on my mental health, and I want to make sure I'm prioritizing that this year and actually dealing with things that are bothering me instead of just suppressing it, because obviously we all know that takes a toll on your mental health as well. So that's like my main goal for 2022 is to put my mental health first and making sure I'm taking care of me. To read 48 books a year. I want to visit a new state, but you know, the panorama makes that a little difficult. But I do want to try to visit a new state this year. I want to have a consistent morning routine, or like continue my morning routine. Like I said, I had a period of time last year where I fell off, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it every single day. Workout / move my body every day. I want to skydive this year. Really want to do that. I want to take more photos of myself. I'm the queen of taking pictures of everyone else, and I have very few pictures of myself, especially pictures of myself with my kids. So I just want to make sure that I'm including myself in more photos. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, when I pass away, my kids aren't going to care what I looked like in my photos. They're just going to want photos of me. Make sense? Another one of my goals is to get my chickens. I'm still trying to figure that out. And my goal is, if I can't get my chickens this year, to put everything in place to get my chickens next year. You know what I mean? So that's another one of my goals. Another one is to take a vacation. I haven't taken a vacation in I don't even know how many years. So I want to take an actual vacation with my children. Take them somewhere. I don't know where, but we're going to go somewhere this year. So my social media goals, I have post on Instagram twice a week. If you guys do follow me on Instagram, you realize I am terrible at posting on Instagram. I basically post when I have like a new video, and that's about it. So I really want to get better at that and post on Instagram twice a week. I want to hit 600 subscribers on YouTube. So at the end of 2020, so January 1st, 2021, I had 50 subscribers, and I ended the year with 261. So I think I can get another 300-ish this year. So I want to hit 500 subscribers or 600 subscribers on YouTube, 500 followers on Instagram, and just be more consistent with my content overall. I have some financial goals as well. I want to pay off $3,000 of student debt loans. I want to save $1,500, just like in addition to my savings account that I already have. And then I just want to be smarter about spending overall and to be better with investing. So I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, you don't necessarily have to agree with me, but I feel like with us women at least, we're not taught as much about investing and things like that as men are. Like I feel like it's, at least none of the women that I have in my life were ever taught anything about investing. We kind of like had to learn on our own or learn from someone who was willing to teach us. So I really want to get better with investing and learn more about that and all that jazz, and be smarter about spending, because I think we all have like these impulse buys, especially with me. If I see something that I think my kids will like, even if it's like $1, I will still get it. But that kind of stuff builds up over time. And then I want to have an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. So I don't want to be like so obsessed with saving and budgeting and stuff like that, and like being so worried about money. I kind of want to have an abundance mindset where it's like, I know it's coming to me, and I'll know I'll get it, and I'll know I'll be okay, if that makes sense. That's kind of the mindset that I want to have for money going forward. And then I also got another journal. It's called, I'm not going to say it out loud because YouTube likes to flag people, but F Off, I'm Healing. The Only Journal You'll Ever Need by Gabrielle Stone. And Gabrielle Stone, there's 2 books that I read from her this year, and I binged, well, I didn't read them, I audio listened to them, and I finished both books in like 2 days each. So the first one is called Eat, Pray, FML. And I'm sure you guys can figure out what FML stands for. And then the second one was called The Ridiculousness Adventures of a Single Girl. The story is that she had her husband, and she found out that he was cheating on her with a 19-year-old girl for at least 6 months that she knew about. It could have been longer. And she realized that her husband was a narcissist and all this stuff. And then she finds someone else, fell in love with him, and he asked her to go on this Europe trip with him, just to dump her 48 hours before it happened. So it's kind of like her spending her time in Europe and finding herself and going through all the horrible, dreadful self-healing that we all need to go on. And so I got this book to go through it this year, and she signed it saying, "Love yourself enough to heal." And I kind of love that quote, and I think I'm going to make it one of my quotes for 2020. So just to like give you like a breakdown of it. So like one question, it's basically a journal where she gives you prompts and you just like fill everything out. And it's also cool because she has a Spotify playlist that's also titled F Off, I'm Healing. Then like certain prompts, she'll say, oh, listen to the song while you're working on this section, which I think is pretty cool. So like this, it says, where is your definition of love and where did you learn it from? And then it has a song to listen to. And then it's, what type of love did your parents model to you? What are the patterns in your past relationships? What beliefs did you learn or adopt from those patterns? So it's like, I know I need to do it, but am I excited to do it? It's conflicting emotions. You know what I mean? It's getting to the nitty-gritty stuff that none of us really want to talk about, but we all have to talk about in order to become the best versions of ourselves. But I think that's it for now. If you guys have any book recommendations for what I should read this year, please let me know, because I got a whole lot of books that I need to be reading this year. And then, oh, and I also picked up crochet. So it's basically my winter hobby, I feel like, because in the summer with the garden and everything, I'm always out there. I'm never inside. But this has kind of been like my winter hobby. I made hats for my best friends. Oh, look, and I have one in here too. Isn't it cute? Like, this is just, so yeah. Anyway, that's my winter hobby for now, along with reading, because, you know, I am not a winter girl at all. I don't like outside when it's cold. I refuse. I spend as little time out in the cold as possible. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Please let me know what your 2022 goals are. I would love to hear them. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you for lots more content in 2022. Bye, guys.